in 6 games. The Hall of Famer, Earvin Magic Johnson, back here with us. And Magic, I want to get back to something you said earlier. You said the Lakers will repeat, not might, will repeat. And then you mentioned something about LeBron, MJ, neck and neck. Can you please expound upon that? Because I'm sure Stephen A. wants to respond.
No, I said he gets that next one. It's going to be hard not to say he's right there with MJ. I said the next one, which will be 5, because it's hard to say 6 and 4. It's hard to say he's overtaken Michael at 4 championships. So I think that once he wins and also repeats, the key word here is repeat. That puts him in a good. That's a good argument right there. I love where LeBron is going. He's with the right organization. And I think that Rob Pelinka, we talked about it last night. You add a piece to what they already have, and they're going to be right there.
Well, listen, I'm not going to argue with you about this now. We'll have plenty of time to get into that in the future. And I don't want to sit up there and come across as remotely disrespectful to the king at this particular moment in time. He's the champion. He deserves it. I'm real proud of him. LeBron's got a lot to be proud of. No mistake about it. I got him number 2 or 3 on Mount Rushmore, really number 2. I don't think that's disrespectful or hating on him at all. Having said that.
That's right.
You and I were talking last week, Magic, and you talked about how no champion who repeats fails to tweak something along the way. Well, let me throw this by you. Anthony Davis has a player option. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has a player option. And after Danny Green missed that shot, even though it was stupid for people to get at him the way that they did, he is getting paid $15 million. Caldwell-Pope is only at $8 million. He going to want his money. Okay, so I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the Avery Bradleys of the world with a player option. If you're going to tweak something, what are you going to tweak? And are you sure, Magic Johnson, that Anthony Davis is going to stay?
I am positive Anthony Davis is coming back. Listen, this has been the greatest situation for Anthony Davis and the Lakers. Anthony Davis now is known across the world, right, because of the platform of the Lakers. And then him and LeBron again next season, man, they can repeat. You don't want to leave here and not have a guy like LeBron James playing alongside of you, because the same thing what happened in New Orleans, what happened to Anthony Davis again. They make each other better. And then last but not least, this is the great thing. When LeBron retires, he just says, here, Anthony Davis, it's your team now. You go on and lead the Lakers to the next 5 or 6 championships. So I think
time for Luka to get there.
I'm not worried about Luka right now. We can't worry about Luka right now. We're talking about right now.
Who are you going to pair with AD? You're going to be the next superstar is going to pair with him.
Hey, that's right. Luka, come on to the Lakers. I like that. But Anthony Davis also loves living in Los Angeles, too.
Magic, I want to talk about what this year means versus next year. So there will be those who say, and it's legitimate, the Warriors weren't around. Steph was hurt and all this stuff. Now, I think the Warriors, before they got KD, were looking at a LeBron-led team that had a crew and thought, I don't know, we can't beat them. Remember, they didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love when they barely beat them in 6 games, when Dellavedova was the second-best player. Then LeBron came back and beat them the next year. Then they got KD. That's not even fair. But it leads me to the following thought. Warriors are going to reload. They're not coming into next season just with Steph and Clay and Dre. There's no Iguodala there anymore. There's no KD. They're going to reload. They're going to try to take it to the next level on the Lakers. What about dealing with a reloaded Warriors team next year?
Of course, I'm fans of Steph and Clay, right? I hope that they come back and they're healthy. And then I love Draymond Green, the former Spartans. I'm always cheer for Draymond Green. But at the end of the day, the Lakers will still be the team to beat. I think if Golden State is healthy, and I'm sure they're going to make a good move. I don't know if they'll keep that second pick or not. They will be the second team. I think Denver, the way they're finished, and Murray and Jokic, I think they'll be the third team, and then the Clippers will probably be the 4th team. So I think those will be the 4 powerhouses in the West. And I still think with with the experience that the Lakers got, especially all the other guys. Forget LeBron, but Anthony Davis got championship experience. KCP got championship experience. You know, I can
Well,
keep going. All those guys now will come back and be better next season.
Rondo looks like he could do this forever.
Hold on, Max. Magic, I just want you to, before you leave, I want you to address two topics. Number one,
Okay.
Max Kellerman calling Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world for the last year until he had to throw in a oops. You can address that, but number two, and more importantly, you know, I was of the mindset that if the Clippers were to win this year, it would have been that much tougher for the Lakers because now you gotta overcome that because another team learned how to win. I want to know, because the Clippers have not won and now you've got them fourth, how much damage have they done to their franchise with Kawhi and Paul George in light of the fact that they weren't able to get it done this year?
Well, I think the Clippers, listen, what's missing with the Clippers, they just don't have a leader. And see, a superstar can be a superstar too. So Kawhi is a superstar, and he plays both ends of the court. Paul George, I think, is a star emerging. He could be a superstar. But you need somebody to lead the team. See, LeBron James is both. He's the best player in the world, but he's also the greatest leader in the world. So I think that's what's missing with the Clippers. And the fact that, you know, they had talked all season how they wanted the Lakers, and they had their opportunity, but they came up short. And I want to give Rondo a lot of credit here. People thought I was crazy when I said you need multiple ball handlers to win, not just putting all the pressure on LeBron James to create shots for his teammates. We needed a second guy to do that, so when LeBron sat on the bench, Rondo could come in and do the same thing. Man, he was definitely playoff Rondo. I know he hates that term, but this young man took his game to a whole nother level. Last night, he proved again why he's so special, why he's great as not only a basketball player, but also a leader. Because if you look at our team, this guy was the second leader. I'm talking about in practice, in the locker room, film session. It was him and LeBron who took over the team. So, Rondo, thank you for signing with the Lakers, believing in the strategy to rebuild the Lakers, because he was a key piece of us winning it as well. So, Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Rondo as well.
That's a great point. His second ring, 14th season. Springfield, Massachusetts might be calling his name now.
Two IQs on the court with LeBron
That's right.
and Rondo.
And Molly, before I go,
yeah.
I knew I wanted Ty Lue to be in that position as a Laker coach, but I want to give Frank Vogel a lot of credit. Every single series, he made defensive adjustments.
Yep.
That's a great coach. Frank Vogel did an outstanding job.
No question, especially how he switched it up last night, and we saw how they came out unbelievable from the jump. Magic, always a pleasure to see you. Hope we get to see you in person soon. Stay safe. All the best to you and yours.
You know, when I'm coming to New York, I'm going to be on the show live because I got to face Stephen A. and Max, and I get to hug you.
In our new studio, right? Brooklyn Bridge right
That's
behind
right.
us.
At the end of that game, you kind of walked into the back and LeBron chased after you and you guys came back out together. In those moments, as you realized you were about to win your first championship, what was going through your mind?
It was nothing really just going through my mind. I was just emotional. It was like 25 seconds I put in something, and when I came out the game, I just started feeling it, you know, and about 25 seconds left, that feeling just turned into reality, and you know, I was 25 seconds becoming the champion, and just got emotional. This entire journey that, you know, I've been on, my team's been on, the organization's been on, is you know, it all just came full circle with championship, and so I got really emotional. It was bothering me, you know, telling me, oh, you know, you cry, baby, and I walked to the back, and it was a banner trophy. I just like kind of grabbed, and then, you know, we walked back out to the court. But it was an unbelievable feeling and just an emotional moment for me.
Hey, Anthony, Bill, do you remember the first time LeBron, like when you guys first spoke after the deal was official and everything, was he talking championships in those first conversations? I mean, was that, you remember like how he described what you guys would do together and what he was expecting the end result to be?
Oh, when I first got traded, we was just talking about, trying to figure out the team, the guys that we wanted around us to compete for a championship. After the thing was completed, then we started talking about we got enough to be champions. And it was really after, the first couple games of the regular season where, we would start rolling, playing defense, scoring the basketball, and we realized how great of a team that we are and that we got enough to become champions this year. And the entire time here in the bubble, he never let us get too high, never get too low after loss, and just said that, one game at a time, and I mean, he know what it takes on both sides, being up, in the series and being down in the series and winning. So we're just able to complete our task, go out there, go against a hell of a team who made us earn this trophy, and they never quit. They fought. They're scrappy. They're some dogs, and we're just happy that we all put it together. Sacrificed a lot. Sacrificed being here for over a little over 3 months, and we said that if we here, we're in a bubble. Some guys didn't see their families. We got to make it all worth it, and we're able to do that night.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll start David McMenamin.
Hey, Anthony, congrats. AD, congrats. What was the LeBron said sometimes he can't even put his finger on it. I know we talked about lack of jealousy and the whole Step Brothers thing, but what do you think really makes it work between you two?
Respect, true friendship. It's off the court. I mean, we're close on the court, but you guys, it's off the court, man. It's unreal. Always at his house, he always at my house. This is the entire season, and like I said, it's no jealousy. No one's envy of each other. Guys don't have personal agendas. We're just two guys who just want to win. For various reasons, and we're able to do it tonight. And having a team, who gets on us, players, Dove, Duds, all these guys are in our ear, every single game about being great. And when you got a supporting cast like that who makes shots, and big shots for you, it makes our jobs a hell of a lot easier to go out there and just do what we do, knowing that if we have bad games, they pick us up. And if they're playing pretty bad, then we come up. And, we have a great team who trusts one another, and and also me and Brian, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. I challenge him, challenge me, and it's not always, sweet and smooth, but it gets the job done. You're going to have them confrontations, them arguments, to throughout the season to win a championship. And we had our fair share, but at the end of the day, we respect one another. We respect what each one is trying to do, and respect his game. He respects my game, and we just put it all together.
How good?
Frank was up here earlier and said one of the big factors, the big reason why he took this Lakers job was he believes in LeBron James. I'm wondering, you talked about that a little bit yourself, but what has that belief meant in some of the season's biggest challenges, including Kobe, including the bubble, including, the game you guys have played?
But when you have a guy who's been to the finals, 9 out of 10 times in the last 10 years, it's hard not to believe him. It's hard not to believe that he's not going to get there. And when I got traded, you just had that belief, like we have a chance to win it all. And he makes you believe more with his leadership, with his play, with how he carry himself off the floor, how he keep us together off the floor. When we're losing, he keep us together. He's always saying something, and whether it's text, whether it's in the huddle, no matter what it is, he's always encouraging us. And the good thing about it, having a leader like that who can take criticism, who can take, guys getting on him. A lot of people can't do it. And it goes from 1 through 15. All of us are able to tell him, when he mess up. And he accepts it and he doesn't do it again. So, we both are able to, compete at a high level. Our team able to compete at a high level. And, we trusted Frank Vogel's system. He trusted his players. And, when you have, teamwork like that, more than not, you're going to get the job done.
Dan?
AD, kind of a two-part question. You're a free agent now. What do you think this offseason? And then secondly, what does the next 4 years, 5 years of your career look like now that you have champion attached to your name? What does that do for you?
First question, I have no idea. I don't know. Second part, your legacy. To say you're a champion, not everybody can say that. And, had, a time where I wanted to, do the same thing in New Orleans. So I was there for 7 years. You want to go out there and compete for a championship every time you step on the floor. Got close, going to the second round. We thought we had a chance before DeMarcus